If you ever hear the thunder, put your eye to the sky, boy, and wonder.
Hey everyone, look good, feel good. I always say. You don't even have to guess how I'm feeling right about now. Yeah. Nil sig wix. When weather was communicated only in English, oh, those were the days. English is so damn snappy and efficient. Nil sig wix meant nothing happening, folks. That means it's okay to just look out that window, make what you see the forecast, and go skiing. You might say it's a bit like a man with a gun firing randomly, then declaring whatever he hit the target. In meteorology, this is only valid when the weather is steady as she goes. In climate science, on the other hand, climate scientists pull that shit all day, every day, declaring whatever post hoc target their noisy ordnance lands on a direct and verified hit, thereby justifying their preconceived scary predictions meant to scare toddlers and nincompoops. I couldn't resist. But these mofos are freaking arseholes, and the sooner you all realize that, the better. Sorry, but not sorry. I won't do that again, unless I have to. I'm going to talk wind after the weather because I know from yakking with you, many of you are also sailors, which just happens to be my other favorite client. What's the commonality? Well, people whose passionate pursuits place themselves in peril at the mercy of the weather. Yeah, that's it. In fact, since I'm already talking about weather stuff you can make up on the fly, I'm going to introduce you to the fact that wind, that thing BC Hydro keeps claiming is getting stronger in BC, is entirely dependent upon how you choose to measure it. It's a bit like light. It can be a photon or a wave, depending upon how it's observed. What fun! At the stake this morning, 4 new in the past 24 hours, 9 in the past 2 days, and 33 for the week. So we did get our Wednesday fiver. Four-er. Close enough for a former government worker. Let's make the picker make sense first. And now for something completely different. The wind. Why? Because you don't know what you don't know. And decision-making at sea depends only on what you do know. So let's do this, starting with a little piece from my Marine Weather for Dummies series. Which wind are you talking about? Here's the wind trace from a standard weather station recording the wind as per WMO standards. Time in seconds runs on the horizontal left to right. The wind speed in knots is on the vertical axis. Nowadays, the wind can be measured at almost any frequency you like. This station records the wind speed every second, and here's what you get when you do that. The max wind recorded here is 27 knots. If we dial back the frequency of the measuring instrument to every 3 seconds instead of every single second, here's what you get. The max wind recorded becomes 23 knots. If the wind is recorded every 5 seconds, the max drops to 21. At 30 seconds, the max is 17. And finally, if you measure every 120 seconds or every 2 minutes, the max wind reported is 13. That's half of the wind recorded when you choose to measure it every second. Are you getting my question now? When we're talking about wind, which wind exactly are we talking about? Oh, and by the way, the WMO standard for reporting the wind is the 10-minute average. How you like them apples? And I haven't even started on the sea state yet, the waves out there. How many of you know what went down in the 1998 Sydney to Hobart race? Besides a bunch of sailboats, that is. Man, the inquest discovered some serious communication problems between the race committee and the Bureau of Meteorology. Isn't that a story? Here's a tease. Ever seen this diagram? You fucking well better know this diagram inside out if you're going offshore in a boat. I know the answer. None of you have seen this diagram. Trust me. I used to be with the government, and I've done this talk to thousands of sailors. Believe me, sailor folk and those who play in the mountains, you need to know this shit. And that means you need to subscribe to the Powder Picker Substack. It costs next to nothing, and it might save your life.